What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some interesting news. As undefeated three-division world champion who simultaneously held the WBA super title at 130, he held the WBA regular title at 135 and 140, that being superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, 25 wins, 24 wins by way of knockout, no losses, no draws. He's 26 years of age, stands at 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Okay, most recently he defeated Mario Barrios in his last fight at 140. His debut at 140. Mario Barrios is an undefeated Mexican superstar, WBA regular champion at 140. Gervonta Tank Davis, he knocked Mario Barrios out to become a three-division world champion. Most recently, Gervonta Tank Davis was given an ultimatum by the WBA, World Boxing Association's president, Gilberto Mendoza, that he had to relinquish some of his belts because they're going to start to cut back on the amount of belts that they have in the sport of boxing. So Gervonta Tank Davis was simultaneously holding all these belts at one point in time. He then vacated his super belt at 130, and there was now rumors and reports and all types of things circulating as to what's going to be his next move. Is he going to stay at junior welterweight at 140? Is he going to campaign at 135? Seeing as though he's not the biggest guy in stature, he's only 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. But we saw another guy move through the divisions and be very, very effective and become a world champion, legendary 8-division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, who is 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach, and he's a 8-division world champion. So he defined the odds, and there's a lot of similarities that Manny Pacquiao's a southpaw, just like Gervonta Tank Davis. But the difference is Manny Pacquiao, at that point in time in his career, was very left-hand dominant. Gervonta Tank Davis is far more versatile, and he's far more technical than Manny Pacquiao, especially at 26 years of age. So, with that said, everybody's speculating and wondering what's going to be the next move. Well, Showtime's president CEO, Steven Espinoza, he came out and he stated that Gervonta Tank Davis will be back in the ring in December on pay-per-view. Okay? Now, once he announced that begged the question, well, who is the opponent going to be? One name continues to surface as the WBA has ordered Gervonta Tank Davis to fight his stablemate, a guy that's also signed to Mayweather Promotions, as Gervonta Tank Davis is, and also trains in Las Vegas, and that's undefeated lightweight WBA interim world champion, star boxer, Rolando Romero. 14 wins, no losses, no draws, 12 wins by way of knockout. He's 25 years of age, stands at 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. So he's not much bigger than Gervonta Tank Davis. He has power in both hands, very unorthodox. He's signed to Mayweather Promotions, as is Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, the thing about Rolly Romero is this. He's been calling out Gervonta Tank Davis for quite some time. He always felt that he could beat Gervonta Tank Davis. He's been very, very vocal about fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. And now the WBA has ordered that Gervonta Tank Davis face off against Rolando Rolly Romero. Okay? So with that said, it looks like that fight is going to take place in December. With that said, Gervonta Tank Davis has finally responded. He hadn't responded. Rolly Romero took to social media. He let the world know that he was going to knock out Gervonta Tank Davis in September. He stated that he was even in conversation with undefeated lightweight WBC world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, as his father, Devin Haney's father, Bill Haney, father, trainer, and manager of Devin Haney. They even reached out to Floyd Mayweather about making a fight because Rolly Romero has never been on shorter words when it comes to Devin Haney as well. These two fighters in particular, he's been very, very vocal about, and you could throw in Ryan Garcia, undefeated rising Mexican superstar title contender at lightweight. You could say the three of these guys, he's been very vocal about, okay? They have one thing in common. Their future is very bright. They're either world champions or superstars outside of the sport of boxing like Ryan Garcia. And so with that said, he's been very vocal about his sparring sessions with Ryan Garcia, that he could knock out Gervonta Tank Davis, so on and so forth. A fight with Gervonta Tank Davis and Rolly Romero is very easy to make because they're both under the same stable, fight on the same network, and have the same promoter. So with that said, it's an easy fight to be made. So in negotiation with Devin Haney, it all came to a sudden stop, sudden halt, and then he stated He has no interest in Devin Haney. He's going to focus on official world champions like Gervonta Tank Davis because he has bigger fish to fry. That led us to believe that there was some talks that he could possibly be next. And we know after his fight with Mario Barrios, that being Gervonta Tank Davis, his promoter, former retired Hall of Famer, legend, Floyd Money Mayweather, he stated that we're going to keep Gervonta Tank Davis in-house right now as it states. So this is an in-house fight. So all signs are pointing to Rolando Romero. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis, like I said, hadn't been very vocal about this fight or any fight. He just lets the world know he's staying ready and he plans to get back in the gym. Point blank and period. He's not giving an indication as to who exactly his opponent will be. Well, now he's responded and he says, you've been asking for it, so you should be careful what you ask for because now I'm going to give it to you. Okay, so he's letting it be known that he's going to, face off against Romero. Okay, so he says that you've been asking for this, you should be careful what you're asking for because now I'm going to give it to you. Okay, and that's an indication that he's going to be fighting Rolando Romero. Romero, he's been putting up pictures on his social media. You can see of him punching a guy and the guy's face. He cropped the picture. As you can see, the guy's face is Gervonta Tank Davis on the picture. Okay, he's been letting it be known. He also put up a post September 2nd. The WBA just ordered you to be my explicit word at Gervonta Tank Davis. Showtime December 22nd. I'm knocking you out, so on and so forth. Just very, very vocal about him wanting to fight Gervonta Tank Davis and him being able to beat Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, he's 3 inches taller than Gervonta Tank Davis at 5'8". Gervonta Tank Davis is not a stranger to fighting guys that are taller than him. He has a 68-inch arm reach, so he doesn't have very long arms. Gervonta Tank Davis is 67, so that means he won't have to work very hard to get on the inside, that being Gervonta Tank Davis. Romero is very unorthodox, throws punches very wild. He has power in both hands. He has a strange style of boxing, and I believe that this essentially could be an end to Romero's career, because I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to brutally knock out Rolando Romero. Okay, I believe that his style is tailor-made for a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis is very accurate, very precise. Okay, he's has a very, very high ring IQ. Top 3 best ring IQs, in my opinion, in the sport of boxing. He's a southpaw. He has a ton of power, and he has the it factor, right? And Gervonta Tank Davis, he has one thing that people fail to recognize, okay, or give credit to. He has the athletic ability of any fighter. He chooses to stand flat-footed. That's not saying that he can't be on his toes. That's not saying he can't move around the ring. He just chooses to walk forward and be flat-footed, to sit down on his punches more. But Gervonta Tank Davis, ring IQ and the way he sets up his punches and the way he sets up his opponents and sets traps for his opponents is bar none. If you look at his fight with 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, future surefire Hall of Famer Leo Santa Cruz, look at the manner he set the punch up. Now, I know everybody says Leo Santa Cruz is a smaller guy. No, Leo Santa Cruz is 5'7", almost 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach. He's taller than Gervonta Davis, has a longer range than Gervonta Tank Davis, and more experience. Now, his physical frame, Gervonta Tank Davis carries more weight in between fights. Leo Santa Cruz has a slim frame, a la Terrence Crawford, okay, at welterweight. But that doesn't mean he's a smaller guy. It just means he has a skinnier, a slimmer frame, okay? He carries his weight different. But if you look at the way Gervonta Tank Davis set that knockout up, okay, he didn't just walk forward like a brute. He wasn't just banging away. He set the knockout up, okay? He set Leo Santa Cruz up. He pushed him back in the corner. Leo Santa Cruz didn't know where he was at, didn't realize where he was standing. He had his back in the corner. He threw 3 straight punches. Gervonta Tank Davis allowed the first one to land. He slightly slipped the second one. And he completely slipped the third one and countered it with a beautiful uppercut that knocked Leo Santa Cruz out. So he caught the first one. He let the first one land to give him false sense of hope. The second one grazed him. The third one, he completely slipped and came back with the uppercut. So he set that punch up. And then you look the way he started to compute the knowledge and the information he needed on Mario Barrios in their fight, because Mario Barrios is a much taller, much more rangy, much more bigger guy than Gervonta Tank Davis. And he clearly won the first 5 rounds, okay, against Gervonta Tank Davis. And he was using his jab, using his range, and Gervonta Tank Davis was struggling to get on the inside. But what did he do? He started to collect the data, understand where Mario Barrios was going to come up short, set him up for punches, set him up for a beautiful hook, drop Mario Barrios, and it was all downhill from there. So you see, he's able to compute a lot of information very quickly, okay? And he stays cool, calm, and collected. Now, he gets a lot of recognition because of his power. Yes, he's knocked out 24 of his 25 opponents. So he has one of the highest knockout ratios in the history of sport of boxing currently as it stands. But that's how he sets up the punch. He doesn't get enough credit for how he uses the power. All everybody sees the end results and his power. But he doesn't give enough credit for how he sets up the power. So ultimately, I believe a style like Rolly Romero, who's very unorthodox, who's very wild with his punches, who's very sloppy on defense, sloppy on offense, will give Gervonta Tank Davis a lot of openings. I believe it's a recipe for a brutal knockout on the part of Gervonta Tank Davis. And I believe ultimately this can derail Rolando Romero's career, because I don't know if he could bounce back from what's going to come. But he always has a puncher's chance. He's unorthodox. And unorthodox fighters that are not technically sound, like Emmanuel Augustus, giving Floyd Mayweather all types of problems. Floyd Mayweather always points to that fight and says, that was the toughest fight of my career. Emmanuel Augustus had tons and tons of losses in his career, okay? But he gave a lot of people issues because he was just simply unorthodox. But this is, you wouldn't expect a man like Emmanuel Augustus, okay, with his style, to give Floyd Mayweather the biggest fight of his career. You just wouldn't expect that, okay? Emmanuel Augustus, he had 34 losses in his career. 38 wins and 34 losses in his career, okay? But this is the guy that gave Floyd Mayweather, back in 2000, October 2000, he got TKO, but he gave Floyd Mayweather the toughest fight of his career. 34 losses, knocked out 5 times with 6 draws, 38 wins, okay? So he gave Floyd Mayweather the toughest fight of his career. Another guy that gave Floyd Mayweather a very, very tough fight was Marcos El Chino Maidana, another fighter, unorthodox. You can't account for where his punch is going to come from. You know, have power in both hands, very irresponsible in defense, very wild and looping with his punches. And in the first fight, he gave Floyd Mayweather everything he could handle. Now, the second fight, Floyd Mayweather, he made the adjustments and completely outboxed him and outclassed him. But in the first fight, he gave Floyd Mayweather everything he could handle. Why? Because of his unpredictableness. So his unpredictableness, that being Rolly Romero, can give Gervonta Tank Davis problems, especially if he could take a punch. If he's able to take Gervonta Tank Davis's punches, well, then he can make it a very tough night for Gervonta Tank Davis. But ultimately, I see Gervonta Tank Davis getting a brutal knockout victory. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Wow.